in Iowa, where voters are just hours away from kicking off the 2020 election cycle. And the latest on the police investigation into a pregnant woman who was shot and killed in Milwaukee.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at 10.
Thanks for joining News 3 Now at 10. I'm Amanda Quintana. For sports fans, today was the Super Bowl, but for political junkies, tomorrow is like the Super Bowl, a circus, and Christmas all rolled into one. We're talking about the Iowa caucuses. Amy Reed shows us what Caucus Eve looks like from Iowa.
Watch out, Super Bowl. The caucuses truly are a spectator sport, and candidates spent today polling football fans from their houses to get them excited to be right back out for caucus time.
I know people describe me as a rich person, and that's not at all how I think about myself.
From the charm of a small brewery in Coralville to the roar from a middle school gym in Des Moines.
My name's Joe Black.
The world and their representatives are watching Iowa try and keep away a University of Wisconsin political science professor.
We're at a point in the campaign where it's still possible to get access to the candidates, where they are willing to take questions from voters and really interact with people on the ground directly.
This weekend, he's toured multiple candidates' events. Sunday, he absorbed what he can from Tom Steyer, and so are voters who are weighing their options.
And if I go to the caucuses Monday night and my vote for Elizabeth Warren is superfluous, I may switch to Tom Steyer or Andrew Yang. Those are kind of my three that I'm considering.
You see, this process is unique. Tomorrow night, voters will crowd in very similar gyms and essentially pick a corner for who they want. If not enough people are with them, they either switch candidates or leave. So knowing one is not enough.
Voters really have to arrive at the caucus site thinking about who their first preference is, but then who they would go to if their candidate doesn't make the viability threshold. That's quite different than, say, the primary in Wisconsin or most other states, where voters simply go in, pick their preferred candidate, and walk away.
Candidates are taking advantage of the need to know, especially those also serving as senators, hoping to make up on-the-ground in Iowa time this weekend while they get a break from the impeachment proceedings in Washington. And while some candidates were quick to bring up their potential rival for the general this fall, voters are watching their stances on issues across the board.
Iowa and New Hampshire really provide opportunities to get close to the action and to feel as though politics matters and that politicians are listening to you, because here they are in face-to-face meetings in breweries and gymnasiums and church basements, wherever you might find them.
Wisconsin can still learn lessons here. Not only do we get to see how much support these candidates really can get, we get to see demographics, who young people are getting behind, who rural population support. And that whole thing about having multiple candidates in mind, well, by the time the race gets to Wisconsin in April, your top choice might not be around. You might have to take a page out of your neighbor's book. Reporting in Des Moines, Amy Reed, News 3 Now.
Amy will have more coverage of the Iowa caucuses tomorrow morning right here on News 3 Now. Starting tomorrow, City of Madison voters can vote absentee for the 2020 spring election. People can vote at Madison Public Library locations, Madison College Truax campus, and Madison College South campus. Absentee voting locations will expand to include Edgewood College, Union South, UW Memorial Union, and others on February 10th. A beautiful Super Bowl Sunday with lots of sunshine. Dana, let's get a look at our first alert forecast.
Yeah, it turned out to be a fantastic Sunday. The good news, Super Bowl later on in the day, so we were able to enjoy those temperatures this afternoon. You may have noticed it was a little mild outside today. We did hit a new daily record high. The previous record set in 1987 in Madison, it was 47. Today we hit 51. Now, while tomorrow will be above average, it's not going to be quite that mild outside. Temperatures over the last 48 hours have really just been climbing, peaked this afternoon just above 50, and now we're on a little bit of a descent. So overnight, we fall through the 20s. Tomorrow afternoon, still above average in the upper 30s, but not quite as mild outside. A little bit of sun early in the day, but our next chance for some light snow is right around the corner. We'll take a closer look at what's ahead with your full forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Dana. Wauwatosa police are investigating a fatal officer-involved shooting that happened tonight at a mall. Authorities responded to the Mayfair Mall around 6 o'clock. Officials say a male suspect was armed with a gun and was shot and killed by police after running off. Police say the officers involved have been placed on administrative leave as the Milwaukee Police Department conducts the investigation. Police in southeast Wisconsin are also investigating another shooting. The family of the pregnant woman who was shot and killed yesterday on Milwaukee's northwest side is speaking out. Madeline O'Neill is in now with more on what they want and how the community is remembering her.
Amanda, the family of Annie Sandifer says the 33-year-old was the victim of yesterday's early morning shooting. Police believe she was an unintended target. Shortly after 2:30 a.m., Milwaukee police say a silver 4-door car fired at least 5 rounds from the sunroof, striking Sandifer, who was inside a party bus celebrating a family event. Crews took her to the hospital where she died, but doctors performed an emergency C-section and delivered her baby, who is in stable condition. As the community gathered last night to honor the mother and wife, they hope and pray she'll get justice.
Everyone's going through a hard time right now, especially her husband. We just really want the person who did this to her to come forward.
I'm trying to get all my kids to move out of here because it's just not safe.
Family says the baby, who weighed 5 pounds, will be named Lawrence. Sandifer leaves behind 5 other children and her husband. Family members say she was a good mother, outgoing and hardworking, and was dedicated to her family. Milwaukee police are still investigating, but if you know anything that could help police or the family, give police a call or remain anonymous with Crime Stoppers.
Thank you so much, Maddie. More local news now. A 59-year-old man is in custody after receiving his 12th OWI last night. Officials say Jeffrey Varnes was driving eastbound in Albion when a resident called to report a loud crash and said the power in her home was knocked out. Police say Varnes hit a utility pole and was attempting to leave the area when a deputy arrived. He was also cited for having open substances and a hit and run. A silver alert was issued for a missing Rib Lake man this afternoon. The DOJ says 70-year-old Robert Butler left his home around 8:30 this morning. He has dementia and no cell phone, but has a wallet and keys, and said he was leaving for Florida. Butler is in a 1999 teal Plymouth Voyager with a Wisconsin license plate. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Taylor County Sheriff's Department. The TSA is sending out a new security guideline to airlines in the U.S. amid the spread of coronavirus. The new directive is supposed to go into effect today. Airlines will be required to ask all passengers booked on flights from outside the U.S. if they've been to mainland China in the last 14 days. Chinese nationals coming from China and connecting through foreign airports will not be allowed to travel. Meanwhile, the 9th case of coronavirus in the U.S. and 2nd in Santa Clara County was identified today. Officials do not think it will be the last case.
Because we have a significant amount of travel that our residents do between here and many parts of the world, including China, I anticipate that we will have additional cases confirmed here in the county in the days and weeks to come.
The Pentagon is providing housing for people arriving from overseas who might need to be quarantined. In Asia, there's reports of the first person outside of China to die from coronavirus. That was in the Philippines. The Hubei Health Authority in China says 56 people died today, raising the death toll to 361. And the number of confirmed cases has jumped to nearly 17,000. But doctors in Thailand say they have successfully treated 2 Wuhan patients with a combination of antiviral drugs, but hospitals in Beijing who use those same drugs are still unclear if it will be a successful treatment. Today's spring-like weather has many of us looking ahead. For those looking to purchase an RV or a camper for summer vacations, dealers say now is the time. Madison's Camper and RV Show and Sale filled more than 100,000 square feet of the Alliant Energy Center with RVs and campers this weekend. In its 52nd year, the expo has seen a rise in sales and attendance in recent years. The show coordinator says more than 15,000 people stopped into the show today to see the latest models from 6 local dealers.
If you don't figure out what you want soon, Wisconsin's summer is so short and manufacturing is so backed up in production, there's no way you're going to get your trailer until like the 4th of July, and half the summer's gone by then.
Attendees could also make reservations at 40 local campgrounds, which the show's coordinator says fill up quickly. Still to come on News 3 Now at 10, it's Groundhog Day. See how much longer Sun Prairie's favorite rodent thinks winter will last.
This is the Chevy Silverado with the world's first invisible trailer.
Invisible trailer?
Hop in. Silverado offers an optional technology package with up to 15 different views, including one enhanced view that makes your trailer appear invisible. Wow, that's pretty sweet. Cool.
Where's the trailer though?
Or get a total value of $6,500 on this Silverado without optional tech package or enhanced invisible view. Plus, current GM owners get an additional $750 cash allowance. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Exciting things call for a drum roll, like this new offer on one of Wisconsin's favorite lotto games. It's Badger 5 Double Jackpot Days. If a jackpot is won, there's a 1 in 2 chance that it doubles. This offer is included with every Badger 5 purchase, only in February. This exciting offer from the Wisconsin Lottery is going fast.
It's here. Instant funding online from SpeedyCash.com. Don't have time to stop by a Speedy Cash store? Get cash now, no matter where you are. Apply for a loan using the Speedy Cash app. If approved, funds apply to your debit card in minutes with instant funding from SpeedyCash.com. Apply now. It's fast. Go to SpeedyCash.com for instant funding today.
Do you take daily prescription pain medications, but they don't help enough? Do you want more options to better manage chronic pain? University of Wisconsin-Madison STAMP Study offers free, safe, therapeutic programs to address chronic pain. The programs occur once a week for 8 weeks and pays up to $340. Call 608-212-6902 today. Again, that's 608-212-6902.
Built for your next adventure, it's the 2020 Subaru Crosstrek Premium at Don Miller. With symmetrical all-wheel drive, the Crosstrek has vehicle dynamics control and EyeSight driver assist technology. Lease the Crosstrek Premium, $239 per month plus tax, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, no security deposit, $1939 due at signing. Get all-wheel drive plus MPG. The 2020 Crosstrek Premium at Don Miller Subaru, West on Odana or East Side, High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller.
Hi everyone, Hattie's tracking what to expect in the week ahead after a weekend warm-up. And Monday marks the official start of election season. We'll have reports from Iowa ahead of the Iowa caucuses. That and more local news when we see you starting at 4:30.
Spring will be early. It's a certainty. It's an early spring, ladies and gentlemen.
The nation's most famous groundhog made his prediction today. Punxsutawney Phil did not see his shadow at Gobbler's Knob in Pennsylvania this morning. That means spring is on its way. Thousands of people showed up for the celebrations. This is Gobbler's Knob's 134th Groundhog Day and only the 20th time in history that Phil did not see his shadow. Sun Prairie's Jimmy the Groundhog disagreed with Phil today. Gabriella Vaquera has more on Jimmy's spring prediction.
Jimmy says he looked and he double-checked. He looked in the sky. There's not a cloud in the sky. He said he sees his shadow. 6 more weeks of winter.
Groundhogs aren't meteorologists, but every year in Sun Prairie, Jimmy predicts how much longer till spring.
I think he's accurate. I've seen some years where he tries to pander to the crowd with an early spring.
Elizabeth Benke says there's something about a groundhog that brings this community together.
People are willing to get up really early in the morning to see a rodent. Tells you that it's just a really fun-loving place to be.
Sun Prairie began hosting Groundhog Day in 1948.
For 72 years, someplace in Sun Prairie, we have met every year on February 2nd to ask a groundhog to tell us his or her weather prediction.
It's a tradition that kids like Wyatt look forward to.
I'm pretty sure every year.
Saying the groundhog himself,
just he and Jimmy,
is the best part.
You know, he looks like Jimmy the Groundhog, kind of.
Here, you want to put him back here with Jimmy the Groundhog?
See, kinda.
This week, PETA sent a letter asking Punxsutawney Groundhog Club to retire Phil for a robot. Today, Sun Prairie announced that Jimmy the Groundhog will always be real.
And turn all the other groundhogs into robots.
And Jimmy will be the last standing, the true groundhog that prognosticates accurately every year.
So for those of you who haven't had a chance to meet Jimmy the Groundhog yet, maybe next year could be your chance.
Groundhog Day is one of the best holidays, and if you haven't participated, everybody absolutely should.
I'm Gabriella Becerra, News 3 Now.
For the first time, Sun Prairie included a fun run called the Hibernation Hustle. Since Jimmy saw his shadow, participants ran and walked a 2-mile course. All proceeds from the run will go to the Boys and Girls Club, which just opened a new location in Sun Prairie. With the temperatures today breaking records, many Madisonians spent the day outdoors, skating, biking, or running. But for many local fishermen and women, the warm temperature meant spending the hours before the Super Bowl on the ice. At least 100 people set up shop at Brittingham Bay this morning.
Day off of work, beautiful day out to be outside, the outdoors.
On the surface, the ice is visibly starting to melt, but it was still 6 inches deep. One fisherman said not only are these conditions safe enough for ice fishing, an ATV would be able to traverse the lake. The 2020 Frozen Assets Festival is kicking off a week of events today. People were invited to enjoy the sunshine with some ice skating at the Edgewaters Boathouse. The festival is organized by the Clean Lakes Alliance to raise money for lake improvement projects. Since 2011, the festival has raised over $1 million for lakes in the Yahara River watershed. Well, it was pretty delightful outside today, Dana. Lots of fun things that you could do outside today.
Yeah, that's definitely the word for it. Your morning, afternoon, everything was great, and they got to go settle in inside, watch the Super Bowl. A lot of folks ice fishing, a few fly fishermen out on Black Earth Creek today. We're expecting the sunshine to stay for Monday. We get another day with a partly sunny sky, though it's not going to be quite as mild outside. We will have the chance for some flurries, maybe even a little freezing drizzle developing Monday night. Right now, it's just a slight chance, not enough that it should impact your Tuesday morning commute, but something we'll be keeping an eye on. Tuesday is going to be colder, closer to where we should be for this time of year in the upper 20s, and that's where we'll stay through the middle and end of the week. Now, right now, our Doppler radar is nice and quiet, partly cloudy for tonight. Heading into your Monday, our winds dying down just a little bit, the breeze diminishing overnight, so we're expecting a less gusty afternoon for Monday. Partly sunny skies during the day, and then at night, a little bit of cloud coverage building on in. Again, just a slight chance for some flurries building through. Maybe some freezing drizzle in spots. For Tuesday, not a lot of sun. We're expecting a mostly cloudy sky. And then our next opportunity for some light snow is going to develop heading into Wednesday and Thursday. So for Wednesday, a little bit of sun early in the day, but in the afternoon, light snow is going to develop and continue to build in overnight into Thursday morning. Notice most of it is staying to the south and the southeast corner of the state. There's going to be a pretty clear line. Northwestern Dane County and areas north and west, likely not going to see much. And then areas south and east of Madison, we'll see a little more steady light snowfall heading into Thursday morning. That all tapers off during the day on Thursday, and we'll see a little bit of sunshine for Thursday afternoon and into Friday. Overall accumulation totals for the southeast corner of the state will be close to an inch, so not a big event coming on through around Madison. Most of Dane County in a ½ inch or less. And again, you can see that line areas north and west, not going to see anything coming through for Thursday, but a little fresh layer of the white stuff after a lot of it melted away today. Temperatures overnight dropping to the 20s, mid-20s for overnight lows with partly cloudy skies. Again, the breeze diminishing for us down to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. That's what stays for tomorrow afternoon with partly sunny sky. It's not going to be quite as mild, but still above average for your Monday, close to 37 for our afternoon highs. So we're near 37 for Monday, and then we aren't expecting temperatures to climb that high again for a little bit of time. We'll be in the upper 20s for the middle of the week. Cloudy on Tuesday, a little breezy outside. Light snow is going to develop for Wednesday afternoon. Light snow expected at night into Thursday morning. And then we'll have a slight chance for some flurries on Friday. Next weekend's going to bring a little bit of sunshine, and then the following week some light snow chances for Monday and Tuesday. But notice those temperatures pretty much near 30 degrees, plus or minus a degree or two through the afternoons, with overnight lows staying in the mid to upper teens or below 20 degrees. So no real big drops, but no big jumps either with our temperatures in the afternoon. So a really seasonable stretch for the second week heading into February.
No days like today where it was 40.
No, today was just a little teaser taste of spring, and then we're going to go back to winter.
All right. Thank you so much, Dana. There's more on News 3 Now at 10. The women's basketball team bouncing back on the road. Highlights coming up next in sports.
First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
For over 40 years, Kitchen Idea Center has partnered with discerning contractors, designers, and architects, bringing their clients' vision to life, featuring Play-Doh woodwork cabinetry. Kitchen Idea Center, designing for you and your life.
You try hard. You eat right, mostly. You make time when you can. But sometimes life gets in the way, and that stubborn fat just won't go away. Cool Sculpting takes you further. A non-surgical treatment that targets, freezes, and eliminates treated fat cells for good. Discuss Cool Sculpting with your doctor. Some common side effects include temporary numbness, discomfort, and swelling. Don't imagine results. See them. Cool Sculpting. Take yourself further. Go to CoolSculpting.com for a chance to win $25,000.
It's definitely our style.
I like the leather.
The color works.
Are you sure you measured before you ordered online?
Know exactly what you're getting when you shop Steinhafels. Experience our large selection of quality furniture and mattresses to fit your lifestyle and budget. See it online, try it in store, take it home today. Only at Steinhafels.
Is this European inches?
What we achieve for patients is life-changing.
You get your smile back, your confidence back in just one day.
A new smile at a price you can afford.
With the dignity and respect you deserve.
Don't wait another day. Nothing is more life-changing than a healthy, confident smile.
Now get 10% off all dentures. But hurry, this offer ends soon. Call 1-800-DENTURE today to schedule your consultation.
When we say every Culver's Butterburger is cooked to order, here's what we mean.
Could I get a Butterburger?
The Culver's Deluxe, please.
Ketchup, mustard, pickle, and onion?
Craig Culver, I'm gonna cook for you. Follow me.
I would love
Come on in. Fresh beef. It looks great. And we're looking for that nice sear, just like we got right here. That's where that great steak flavor comes from.
Totally fresh, made to order, the way you want it.
Searing it to perfection is really cool to see that.
Welcome to Delicious.
Sports. Drive it today and get $5,000 total cash back. See your local Ford dealer.
Searching for a new kitchen? Look no further than Kitchen Idea Center, a trusted kitchen design center for over 40 years, featuring Play-Doh woodwork cabinetry. Kitchen Idea Center, designing for you and your life.
Well, in case you are not watching the Super Bowl tonight, here's your 20-second spiel. It stayed close in the second half during the between the 49ers and Chiefs. San Francisco allowing 21 unanswered points in the fourth quarter. Kansas City wins. But 24-year-old Patrick Mahomes named MVP as he led the Chiefs to that win alongside 61-year-old head coach Andy Reid, who, if you remember, he was also an assistant coach for the Packers in the 90s. Reid winning his first ever Super Bowl championship as a head coach. The women's basketball team fighting to finish strong in the second half of the conference schedule, having only won 2 Big Ten games so far this season. They're at Illinois this afternoon, a team that has lost its last 4. Badgers looking good. Former Monroe cheesemaker Sydney Hilliard with the bucket from long range. She had 8 points, 13 rebounds, and 4 assists. Solid game as well for Abby Leshevsky. She knocks down 1 as well. Team high 16 points, and the Badgers win 73-64. They host Minnesota on Thursday night. A very mediocre Sun squad at Fiserv Forum this afternoon, so you know what that means. All the Greek Freak highlights. Off the pick and roll, Dante DiVincenzo to Giannis for the dunk. And then later, Giannis with the ball again. He'll pull up for 3. And then later for Phoenix Suns, Tyler Johnson missing the layup. Bucks in transition here. Giannis versus everyone else for the layup. Greek Freak with 30 points, 19 rebounds, and 9 assists. And the Bucks win big, 129-108. They're in New Orleans on Tuesday night. The women's hockey team has been very, very good against St. Cloud State this season, coming into this afternoon's series finale. The Badgers have outscored the Huskies 16-5. Abby Rock and Wisconsin going for the series and season sweep of the team today. Rock Hawks score the first goal in the first 30 seconds of the first period, and still in that first period, Britta Curl lighting the lamp, and it's 2-0 Wisconsin. A little later, we're still in the first period. Nicole Lamantia getting a look and scores. Wisconsin scoring 6 goals in the opening period alone. Badgers were on fire today, 11-1 the final. They're at Minnesota State next weekend. The 4th-ranked Badgers wrestling team won at Indiana on Friday night. Might as well hit up 7th-ranked Purdue on the way back, right? I see you. At 1:33, Seth Gross, 23-1 record against Travis Ford Melton. He gets the pin in 1 minute and 12 seconds. Wow. Later, Tristan Moran in 1:41. He's up 3-2 against Parker Phileas. Gets 2 on the near fall, and Moran wins 6-2. Badgers beat the Boilermakers 27-14. They're back home on Friday to host 2nd-ranked Penn State. Men's singles final at the Australian Open. Novak Djokovic and Dominic Thiem from Austria. Djokovic was down 2-1, but rallying back to win the last 2 sets for back-to-back Australian Open titles, his 8th win overall. That bringing his Grand Slam total to 17. And this is impressive here. His combined record in the semifinals and finals at that stadium is 16-0. So that means he will likely be #1 in the world again, overtaking Rafael Nadal. And finally tonight, you're looking live in Kansas City, Missouri. Chiefs fans celebrating their 2nd Super Bowl championship, the first one since 1969. And as we mentioned earlier, Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes winning MVP. He made history there, becoming the youngest quarterback in Super Bowl history to win MVP. The only other quarterback to win it before age 25 would be Tom Brady. So I think he's in pretty good company there. And the mayor of Kansas City has apparently said that it is going to be the biggest Super Bowl celebration ever in the Midwest.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm sure a lot of happy fans there.
And people, I mean, even if you're not fans of the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, you were a fan of him.
Yeah, you
were happy for him.
And the 49ers beat the Packers, so we don't really like that.
All right, thanks so much. We'll be right back.
As a struggling actor, I need all the breaks that I can get. At Liberty Buchamel.
Cut.
Liberty Bibbity.
Cut. We'll dub it.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Like you, my hands are everything to me. But I was diagnosed with Dupuytren's contracture, and it got to the point where things I took for granted got tougher to do. Thought surgery was my only option. Turns out, I was wrong. So when a hand specialist told me about non-surgical treatments, it was a total game changer. Like you, my hands have a lot more to do. Learn more at faxonhand.com today.
The number of uninsured Americans rising. The cost of prescription drugs rising. The threat to people with pre-existing conditions rising. The good news? So is support for the one candidate who'll do something about it. As mayor, Mike Bloomberg helped expand coverage for 700,000 people, including hundreds of thousands of kids. As president, he'll lower drug costs and ensure everyone without coverage can get it. That's a promise. And unlike him, Mike actually keeps his.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
Now get a Ford F-150 with $11,489 in total estimated savings, or get 0 for 72-month financing.
I've always had jobs centered on helping people, but now with a nursing degree from Herzing University, I've made it a career.
Having a job was one thing, but having a career, to me, that meant something completely different. With a little hard work and a degree from Herzing University, anything is possible.
I'm possible at Herzing.
He's the first sitting vice president to visit inside the Capitol.
Parents should decide where their kids go to school.
Dozens of protesters.
For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now.
This election season, politicians are targeting Wisconsin, making promises and claims to capture your vote. But you deserve the truth. Only Reality Check gives you the tools you need to make informed choices. I'm News 3 Now political reporter Amy Reed. I'm breaking down political ads, explaining whose money is behind them and separating truth from misinformation. Get the facts with Reality Check, only on News 3 Now.
Go to Amazon.com/skills to enable Channel 3000 news briefs.
All right, so stay with me here. Something is happening today that hasn't happened in 909 years. It's the first global palindrome day since January 1st of the year 1111. Today's date, you see it on your screen here, it's February 2nd, 2020, or 02022020. It's the same backwards and forwards, whether you use the month, date, year format or the date, month format. Now, this hasn't happened in over 900 years, and it will not happen again until the year 2121. I didn't really realize, I didn't write a check today or write the date down at any point, so I didn't really think about it, but it is pretty cool.
Doesn't happen a lot.
Every day is a holiday.
There's something important and good every day. Tomorrow's Monday. We're expecting temperatures to be in the upper 30s tomorrow, partly sunny skies in the morning. Some clouds will begin later in the day with flurries coming in at night. Cloudy on Tuesday with light snow expected late Wednesday into Thursday. Temperatures are going to be seasonable, so that just means not quite as mild as this afternoon. So we look ahead through that 10-day.
All right, thanks so much for joining us. Have a great night.